you guys came back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. I am Landon, and I'm so glad you guys always come back. We're closing in on 2.5 million subscribers right now, and it's just remarkable. You guys are just absolutely nuts. Okay, so let's get into this video. Every day, there are people who experience some sort of luck on a daily basis. Me, yeah, not so lucky. From snagging a good idea to finding a $5 bill on the ground, again, I don't find these things. Luck comes in a variety of different forms. However, the people on this list are considered to be amongst the luckiest people on earth. So, you know, they're not just finding a $5 bill, they're finding a pot of gold or like $100 bills. These people have defied the odds, and that's why they have made it into this list, our list, called the top 10 luckiest people alive. Let me know what's the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you guys in the comment section below. So starting us off on this list at number 10 with the woman who won the lottery 4 times. I mean, bro, give me a lottery win. Just you keep 3, I keep 1. Let's negotiate this. Joan Gither hit the multiple $1,000,000 payouts each time she won. First she won $5.4 million, and a decade later, you know, hey, she won another $2 million, and then years after that she won another $3 million, and then finally in 2008 she hit the $10 million jackpot. I mean, woman, keep playing the lottery. It has been said that a person with her kind of luck would only happen once every quadrillion years. She is actually a former math professor with a PhD. You know, she's learning something about this lottery thing. Well, she's from Stanford University, who specializes in statistics. Well, her statistics is just mind-blowing. So maybe she worked out some sort of, you know, algorithm that helped her win all this money, or maybe it was just luck, but I don't know. She has a PhD, so she's up to something. She knows something. Pushing her way in this list, at number 9, we're talking about this unknown hero. Roll the clip. So it appears as though the white van's engine must have died, so the van stalled. So this good Samaritan jumped off his motorcycle and pushed the van out of harm's way. This man risked his own life so he could save the lives of people in the van as well as the people on the train, because the train could have easily derailed from the collision. But as you can see, this man barely escaped death. I mean, he was just so damn lucky that he managed to survive. Up next, at number 8, we're talking about Eduardo Letti. He has cheated death after a 6-foot iron bar fell 5 floors, piercing through his hard hat and right into his skull. I can't handle pain too much, and this guy is just wow. Now, I know a lot of you guys would consider this highly unlucky because he was in danger of losing his eye and being paralyzed, not to mention he could have died. However, after a 5-hour operation, he was saved, and he only suffered from mild pain on his head, and he only required to spend 2 weeks at the hospital. It is an absolute miracle that Eduardo survived. Lucky number 7 brings us to a couple from Sierra, Nevada, who found 19th century gold coins in cans buried underground that is worth $10 million. And oh, did I forget to mention they dug up this treasure right in their backyard? This is believed to be the biggest hoard of gold coins ever unearthed in the United States, and they plan on selling their fortune. The unidentified couple were walking their dogs around their property when they noticed the top of the decaying canister poking up from the ground. They dug it up with a stick. They discovered that the canister was full of 1,373 $20, $10, and $5 coins that were dated from about 1847 to 1894. About a third of the coins were in pristine condition, and most of them were minted in San Francisco. Now my question is, who buried their coins there and just forgot about it? Rich people. Number 6 brings us to a driver who was almost crushed by a giant boulder. I mean, take a look at this clip. Is this real life right now? The driver could have been crushed like a pancake if that boulder had toppled over. Luckily, the driver from Taiwan was spared his life when this boulder stopped rolling only inches away from his car. It's amazing that this footage was actually captured by the car behind this driver, and I wonder what was going through their minds. Would you guys just freeze there, or would you guys attempt to like get out of the car safely? Because me, I'd probably be like so in shock I wouldn't know what to do. The man who cheated death twice comes into this list at number 5. 29-year-old Martin de Jong is required to travel frequently in order to compete for his Malaysia cycling team. He had been booked to board the MH17 flight that had been shot down over Ukraine that killed almost all of the 300 passengers on board. He said he only decided to swap flights at the last minute after he discovered that it would be cheaper to travel via Frankfurt. But something even more remarkable happened. He had also revealed that he was planning on traveling on flight MH370, which was the Malaysian airline that vanished on March 8th, 2014. He was due to compete in a race in Taiwan, but he decided to take a different flight an hour earlier, and that was because he didn't want to have a stopover in Beijing. So he missed out on a plane crashing that killed a lot of people, and the plane that disappeared. Okay, speeding our way into number 4, we're talking about these 3 lucky pedestrians. Take a look at this video right here. These 3 people were just crossing the street when all of a sudden a horrific car accident occurred that nearly took their lives. Even the truck door swung open at the precise moment, just missing one of the pedestrians' head. They are extremely lucky to be alive, and I hope I can say the same about the people who were involved in the car accident. Coming into this list at number 3 is the man who escaped death 7 times. Francelek can easily be called the world's luckiest man alive. His encounters with death started back in January of 1962 when he was on a train that derailed and crashed into a river. He was pulled onto safety while 17 others unfortunately passed away. The next year, during his first plane ride, he was blown out of a malfunctioning door and landed in a haystack. 3 years after that, he was on a bus that skidded off the road and onto a river, but he was able to make it to the shore somehow. I mean, this guy is just so lucky, and it continues. In 1970, his car caught on fire and he managed to escape it before it blew up. 3 years after that, the engine of his car malfunctioned, causing flames to shoot through the air vents. He was left unharmed. In 1995, he was hit by a bus, but only sustained minor injuries. In 1996, he had a head-on collision with the truck on a mountain curve that swerved into a guardrail. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt and he was ejected from his car, but he managed to hold onto his tree as he watched his car plummet 300 feet into the gorge. And oh yeah, in 2003, he won $1.1 million in the lottery just 2 days after his 73rd birthday. The woman who survived free falling from a height of 33,000 feet makes it onto this list at number 2, and this is definitely like a world record. Vesna Volovic was a flight attendant who was mistakenly scheduled to work on January 26, 1972. She was actually confused with another coworker named Vesna, so she went into work that day greeting passengers who were boarding the flight. Well, within an hour of takeoff, the plane crash landed in Czechoslovakia, and she was the sole survivor of a plane explosion that killed 27 other people. In the crash landing, she fell 33,300 feet. She was trapped inside of the plane's fuselage. Although she initially was paralyzed and sustained a variety of broken bones, she was able to fully recover and now has the Guinness World Record for the highest fall survived without a parachute. Now, I'm pretty sure this isn't a record that anyone would want to try to attempt, but hey, you survived and you have a record out of it. Finally, coming into number 1 spot was this man who was resurrected and then won the lottery twice. Back in 1999, Bill Morgan was involved in a horrible car accident. Although he survived the initial crash, the medication that he was given during the recovery caused him to develop an extreme allergic reaction that caused his heart to stop. After being clinically dead for 14 minutes, they were able somehow, it was a miracle, they got his heart working again, but he was comatose. The doctor recommended twice that the life support machine would be removed. However, 12 days later, he came out of the coma and was shockingly completely fine with no apparent brain damage. After his near-death experience, he changed his life, proposed to his girlfriend, and purchased a lottery ticket, and he won a car valued at $24,000. Hey, that's something. The media picked up the story and asked him to buy another lottery ticket. They wanted him to just pick up a lottery ticket to just reenact for the camera so they could just have like this storyline for him. However, things didn't go as planned, because after scratching the ticket in front of the camera, because this was all planned, he jumped up and yelled, "I just won $250,000! You know, this sounds believable because they want to like reenact his story, but for some reason, like, he's supposed to win a car here. He's not supposed to win $250,000, but he wasn't acting. He actually won $250,000. That is insane. Well, there you guys have it. These are among the most luckiest people ever. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.